Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another Etheria restart video, and we are live over on the Asian version of the game, which is several hours ahead of global, to take a look at the Wishbinder gift event. Like, I refuse to call it a gift. It's an event, and we've learned a lot of really interesting stuff just by giving this a quick look. Now, this isn't an account that I play on. This is an Asian server account. It's honestly an SR only unit account, all of that. But let's take a look at the rules of this Wishbinder gift. In this rules, there are a lot of really important clues for how this is going to play out in the future. First of all, you earn Wishbinder points when summoning animuses in a permit summon. One summon is 1 point, and you can see there's rewards that we will go through here in a minute. When your points reach a certain stage, you get the reward. Yes, and they are generous rewards. Great. Okay, so we'll get our generous stage rewards. When all animus, now this third bullet point is really interesting. When all animus anima prowess in permanent summon are fully activated, you will directly receive 300 Wishbinder points. What in the world? So is this saying that when you have fully maxed out every single animus that is in the permanent summon banner, so like all of these people, so if you fully lattice out every single person in here, you immediately get all of the points? Okay, well, you want to talk about something no one's ever going to get. That's crazy. I wonder, though, if that means like just the 3 units that are in the box. I don't know. That I read, like, that's wild that that's even in there. Like, that's crazy that that's even in there. Nobody has that. If somebody on global has that, they are the space crackenest of all whales. Anyway, after the event ends, Wishbinder points will be reset. That's the big one. Wishbinder points getting reset after the event ends. Why would you do that unless you're going to run this event again, which is an important way of thinking about things. So first of all, the tiered rewards. So look, if you've been saving permanent summons, this is a great time to go ahead and use them. Just doing a 10 pull is going to give you 250 Etheria coins and 2 Apex prototypes. So that's a nice little return on your 10 pull investment right there. You love to see it. You're going to get module essences for 30 pulls, give or take on that one, module essences or whatever. At 50 pulls, you do get a really nice reward. An evolution lattice is wonderful to get. That's only 5 multis. At 70 pulls, you're going to get 500 reconfiguration chips, which on my main account, I actually zeroed out. I'm happy to get some more reconfiguration chips, but 100 points is what you're looking for here. That's the goal. 100 points is going to get you the selector box with, you know, your Veronica, your Tsukiyomi, or your Klaus in it. So it's going to take 10 multi-pulls to get the select summon. I think a lot of folks have a 10 pull saved up. In fact, I blew all my pulls on the last banner, and I think on my main account, I'm up near 40 pulls again. Again, I probably like bought a pack, but that's also using the exchange shops, using all of that. I quickly got back almost halfway to this. And if you're a spender, this is going to be a really good time for you because there are discounted pulls in here, including a $50 pack that comes with a perfect lattice. Okay, so look, I know the spending part is going to rub some people the wrong way. It always does. There are some folks that anytime there's something in the game that costs money, they lose their shit. But the game does require money to keep operating. This is a good event for making the game some cash. I know me personally, I will probably buy this $50 pack right here for the 50 pulls that will get me to the point where I can get the selector, because I don't have Tsukiyomi on my account, and I will immediately build her and she will immediately be helpful for me in PvP. Alternatively, you could buy a cheaper pack and use some of your gems if you've been saving those. Either way, this is awesome. Like, my takeaway from this, and the reason I think this is a W, is twofold. One, it gives you a reason to pull on the permanent summon besides just like randomly chasing a Lily or randomly chasing a Heinrich. Like, you are getting some guaranteed return on your pulls, and that's nice. Anything that gives you return on your pulls beyond just what you're pulling is bonus. I'll take it all day. And this little thing right here, after the event, the Wishbinder points will be reset, makes me think that this event will rerun more than once. And so, hey, save 100 pulls. I think that's the lesson here. What I'm going to probably do from now on is save enough pulls that I can immediately pop up and get this for 100, especially if it's going to have some decent units in it. Now, once you have all of the units, like if there's nothing else on there that you really want and there's no dupes you care about, because I'm sure this box will change every single time, then if you look further down the list, the SSR pull, that's kind of nothing. More, anima crystal points for 16 multis, meh. At 200 points, so at 20 multis, you do get a perfect lattice. I bet you there's people who've saved up 200 pulls that will go for that. I'm not anywhere close to that, and I'm not willing to spend enough to get there. And then there's a guaranteed SSR, but it's not a select SSR at 300. I think if they'd have made this a select any SSR in the game, there's people who would have spent for it. But at this point, this is crazy. This is an insane amount of pulls. The real story here is this 10 multis for a selector. So you're going to get everything that you get from the 10 multis and all of these packs, including a purple lattice, reconfiguration chips, quite a few coins. You're going to get what, 150,000 coins. Okay, so good event. People were worried it was going to be like 200 pulls or something like that. 100 feels reasonable. I was hoping for less, but I was, might as well hope for less. All right, there's the event. Let me know what you guys think about it, and good luck on your polls whenever you're pulling. For me, it'll be like tomorrow when the event actually goes live for global. Peace.